The folks we have to come up and tell you about Junior Johnson have their names in the record book also in stock car racing over the years. The first gentleman I'd like to introduce probably had as much success with Junior Johnson as any of the many drivers he's had over the years. Would you please welcome Mr. Darrell Waltrip.
Thank you, Barney. That was a slight understatement, I might add. All the success, I guess, that I ever had, for the most part, was with Junior, and I was one of the ones that was responsible for getting him voted into this Hall of Fame, as a matter of fact, because he had done so much for me, and I thought it was only right that I would go to these people and say, you know, if I were y'all, I'd put Junior in the Hall of Fame. And so they did, and so I feel real good about that. It's one of the small things I could do to repay him, and I'm working on a couple other deals too that, you know, just try to make Junior feel good about all the things he did for me, because he certainly did a lot for me. And I mean, Billy France didn't even know my name before I started driving for Junior, and so once I got to driving for him, well, we were on first name basis after that. That's why Dick Beatty's here tonight. Billy hardly ever lets Junior go anywhere without a NASCAR inspector with him at all times. So, and I'm just hoping, you know, I can follow in his footsteps in a lot of those ways. Those are great honors to have. But we went to a roast over in Winston-Salem a few weeks ago, and I used up all my good material over there. And so I'm really kind of scrambling tonight. I thought this was one of those honorary things where you said nice things, and then they told me, no, you got to say bad things. So I'm really having mixed emotions. And then Floss is sitting beside me, and she reminded me to be nice. But anyway, it was a long time ago, 10 years ago now, that I drove for Junior, and obviously it was a great relationship, kind of like Batman and Robin, I guess you'd say. We had a lot of success, and I won a lot of races. I won a lot of money. Matter of fact, I won enough money driving for Junior that I could afford to start my own team, and he knows how much that is. So it takes a lot of money to run a team, and I'm just really glad that in my career I'm sitting up here tonight, and my heart's really kind of, I have mixed emotions. I got Bobby sitting down there, and some of the greatest racing I ever did, and some of the best memories I ever have is when Bobby and I were fighting for the championship, and I'm driving Junior's car, and Bobby's driving Dygard's car, and that was a real kind of volatile time in my career. And Richard's sitting out there, and I know Bobby and Richard had some real you know, great races back in the 70s, and Neil's down there, and Davey, and this is just kind of it's one of those nights when I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, I wish this was on TV, because this is a great group of people, for me particularly. These people basically represent, in my career, what my career has all been, what it's been about. Richard Petty and Bobby Allison are two people that, when I was a kid, not much older than Davey, growing up in Kentucky, I mean, I idolized these guys, and I wanted to get out there and race with them someday too. And Junior Johnson, I can remember sitting at home as a kid, pretty young, listening to him win the Firecracker 400 in a '63 Chevrolet. And he had the only Chevrolet out there. Everybody else had, Plymouths and Dodges and Fords, and Junior had his poor old Chevrolet. And he is poor-mouthing in just like he does today. You know, yeah. They don't make these things no more. I'm almost got any of them. They don't last too long, but they run good while they do. And I've learned a lot from all these guys. Bobby's taught me a lot. Richard's taught me a lot. And, of course, Junior's taught me a lot about them two guys, too. So it's just really a good night for me to be here. I'm glad I'm here to see Junior, you know, get what he deserves. It's one of the few times I ever have, and I'm just real thrilled to be here to help him get into another Hall of Fame, because maybe someday he can help me again, you know. But it's nice to be here tonight, and this is a big honor for Junior, and these are great people here, and they exemplify what our sport's all about. Great people, family people, coming out on a night like tonight, eating dinner and having a good time, and inducting their friends into the Hall of Fame. It's a great honor for me to be here. It's a great honor for Junior. And one thing I can say of all the races we've run and all the fenders we've bent, motors we've blown, I feel like Junior Johnson is one of my best friends in racing. And if he wanted me to go to Timbuktu and help him get into a Hall of Fame or say something nice about him, well, I'd be there. So, Junior, congratulations.
Thank you, Darrell. The next gentleman I will introduce is Junior's current driver in the Budweiser Ford. Please welcome Mr. Jeff Bodine.
Thank you. I need to do something first here. I'm just unwinding from the other day. I'm sure everybody saw me on the news, going around in circles. I told Junior I'd unwind before the 500 this weekend. I don't want to do that again. And for all you Ford fans, looks pretty grim, doesn't it? There's some of you out here, but believe me, we got Davey on the pole. Real fast speed. Of course, I wish that was me, but the Junior has two cars out there now. Sterling Marlin and myself, we're both running good. I'm running better than I was. Not around the circles, we're going straight ahead now. So we have hope. Don't give up hope. That black car's running fast, but I'm sure Darrell, he's planning on doing something about that along with Davey and myself and Sterling. So don't give up on us. Got a few Ford fans here. But I want to thank the Rotary Club for inviting me here tonight. This is definitely a thrill for me. I remember, I don't want to make you and Junior and Bobby old, but I remember looking through the fence over here in the garage area when I was just a little kid, looking through there to see my heroes. And you know, it's really, you know, if you have a hero or someone you idolize or look up to, how many times do you have a chance of being up here honoring him or her, or just getting near him? Normally you can't even get to see him or get near him, get an autograph, but of course now I'm driving for Junior, one of my all-time heroes, so it's really a thrill. You know, Richard Petty, one of my all-time idols. Now I've raced with Richard, never raced with Junior. I guess I am pretty young, aren't I, Junior? I had to get a little dig in. Darrell, I'm not quite as brave as you are because I'm still driving for Junior. So I'm going to be kind. I'm sure Junior's wishing he didn't help you so much. But I raced against Bobby, and Darrell said, you know, it's really been a thrill for him to race against Junior and Bobby and Richard, and it's the same for me. I remember racing Dover. I think I was back, first year I drove in was the Cup full-time with Cliff Stewart in the 50 car. Bobby and I were battling out for the end of towards the end of the race. I was leading, thought I was going to get my first win. My hero spoiled it for me. He passed me with about 10 to go and he won the race, but I did finish second. And really, I was real thrilled to do that. Of course, as a rookie, you're thrilled to just finish these races, but second to Bobby Allison was pretty good. But all in all, you know, these two gentlemen have done a lot for the sport. They inspired me to race. As I was looking through the fence at them, they always had a smile or came over and signed an autograph, and I'm just really glad they're being inducted tonight. You know, they were drivers. Now they're car owners, and they're in the Hall of Fame. Now we got Darrell up here and Neil. They both were drivers, and now they're car owners. Well, of course, Darrell's still a driver, but he's a car owner, driver, car owner. I guess maybe that's what they're up to. They're owning cars now. They want to get in this Hall of Fame, and you know, I think they both will because they both add a lot to the sport too. They someday will probably be up here. Maybe then I can come up and say some words about Daryl, or because I don't know. Maybe I'll drive for Daryl someday. I don't know. You gonna retire soon, Daryl? You got a little limp. Maybe you will. But anyway. It's been an honor to be here tonight, and Junior, Bobby, you deserve to be inducted tonight, and I'm glad I was here when you did it. Thank you.
Well, Junior and Bobby have a lot of friends. It's too bad none of them bothered to show up tonight. The next gentleman I'd like to introduce is the competition director for NASCAR, Mr. Dick Beatty. And I need to tell you a story about Dick Beatty before he comes up. Concerns Junior Johnson. A few years ago, they had a bad run-in the garage area on one of Junior's cars going through inspection. Seems like they didn't see eye to eye on it, and Junior called one of his inspectors an idiot. And Beatty fined him $5,000 for divulging classified information, I believe. Would you please welcome Mr. Dick Beatty?
It's really a pleasure for me to be here tonight. Bill France did not send me here to watch Junior. Bill France sent me here to keep Daryl and Bobby from getting in a fight and to keep Davy and Jeff and to watch Junior. You know, Junior Johnson and Associates, that's not right. It's Junior Johnson and Associates. That's Flossie. She's got the money. The only way Junior Johnson can get any money is to steal an engine off his truck and sell it and not tell Flossie. Junior has got one employee that does nothing except stand by the grocery stores, the Winn-Dixie's, liquor stores. He picks up all the receipts, Junior turns them in, and Flossie writes him a check. He makes pretty good money at that, too. You know, Jeff, he's talking about my friend Junior. Boy, he is really trying to get another year on his contract, isn't he? He really is. And Davy down there, Davy won't wear nothing except Texaco. The other day, I saw him going to the bathroom. He took a roll of toilet tissue, and he had Texaco on it. That's how good he is to his sponsor. Neil got in a conversation the other day with Bobby, and by God, you ought to heard that one. But I tell you, Bobby Allison's one of my friends. Junior's one of my friends, and Junior Johnson has done an awful lot for racing, as well as Bobby and other people in this room. I know Richard Petty, he's done a world of good things. I'm supposed to talk 3 minutes, and then they put everything I'm supposed to say in this little book they give me. Kathy Root, you did well. I'd turn you down in a minute if you was the automobile. But there's one thing that is not said in the book. I don't know who screwed the book up, but it wasn't a NASCAR inspector, Daryl. We get too many Dales and Daryls. I'm telling you the truth, so help me. I only lie tonight. Daryl Walter come up the other day and says, "What you gonna do about Earnhardt?" I said, "Hell, cut his right foot off." I want to keep up with you. There's one not in this book that I'm very proud of. That's the 6th NASCAR Winston Cup championships which Junior Johnson's cars have won. 3 with Darrell, 3 with Cale. He deserves a hand for that. There's a part of Junior Johnson that a lot of you do not know. I know for a fact he helps a large group of people, schools, churches, and rookies and people coming into racing that cannot afford the $200 tires, $800 for a set of tires. He does an awful lot for the sport. He's my hero.